Good morning, this is Mark at the Wicked Edge Expert Corner Group, and we're talking lapping and sharpening stones, and I'm trying to put it all together because we have hard stones and what I'll call soft stones, which aren't soft anymore. We have hard stones that just wear out, like a diamond plated stone. That diamonds are affixed through an electric plating, electric magnetic plating that affixes them permanently, and they get knocked off. So they wear by physical abrading, knocking them off. Then there are sacrificial stones that are all kinds of stones from the original water stones. Wet stones and water stones, different people use those terms interchangeably, which is fine. I call a water stone a wet stone that absolutely requires it be put in water to saturate, to soak in like a sponge. That's what I call a water stone. Then there are wet stones, which some are soak stones, like a water stone, that you actually soak them. And then there's quick soak, just 5 minutes in there is all it takes. And then there's splash and go wet stones where you spritz on the water on the surface of the stone as you're using it. So those are different kinds of wet stones. Then there are stones that it says, and I just looked it up again to make sure. These are Spyderco stones. And these Spyderco ceramic stones. Here's the confusion. Wet stones, diamond resin matrix stones, they're all in a sense now some sort of a composite, whether it be a ceramic composite or what they use in wet stones or what they use in diamond resin matrix stones. Now it used to be just wet stones. Now there's all kinds of high-tech stuff. Some of them are lapped to maintain them. Some of them specifically, like Spyderco says, use dry, do not use with oil or water. But these stones, let me find one. I don't see it. I have one laying here. Ceramic stones can get marked by the steel, and you would want to clean with just barkeeper's friend, which is like a mild comet cleaner, a powder abrasive, and that'll hopefully remove that. And even a eraser, one of those metal erasers, may remove the glazing. But the point is that some of these are used dry and they are not lapped. We went through that before. Some are sintered, some are vitrified, and they are not meant to be lapped. They're just meant to be cleaned and used dry and oil free. Then there's the new one that someone just dropped the name and I looked it up, that I found from Falkniven, that says it is a ceramic resin matrix diamond stone. Ceramic resin matrix diamond stone, sacrificial stone. But it says it's not to be used with oil or water. Oh, excuse me. Ceramic resin matrix diamond wet stone. That was the caveat. It said wet stone, but then it says it's not supposed to be used with oil or water. So there are new things coming. The hard stones, the soft stones, the PDT. CBN is a hard stone like a diamond stone. You use a coarser stone and a finer stone, and there are harder stones and softer stones. So those are different qualities that you would choose the hardness of the abrasive on the fixed plated stones to match the steel. With the wet stones, there are all kinds of different qualities. You can see all the wet stones across there. All kinds of different qualities that make it so that you are capable of matching them to the steel. I'm learning how to do that now. Some of those whetstones are better for polishing. Some of them are better for matte finish. Some are better for cutting hard steel. Some are better for softer steels. There's a lot of qualities to the different whetstones. And the whetstones are a sacrificial stone, like the diamond resin matrix stones, like the ones from Genda, or the ones from Edge Pro, or Venev, or PDP, any of them that are making them, that we have to abrade the substrate to refresh them. So they are consumable. So because they are consumable, and I apologize if I'm repeating myself from video to video, but I want to make sure that it's covered, that for lapping, what we do is take the stone, whatever stone it is, when we are going to lap, when we decide how we're going to lap, the process is the same. And we mark the stones with a pencil, because the pencil marks the stone without staining it, without sucking in. Like if you used a marker, it would bleed into the whetstone and get absorbed. So you couldn't see it, goes in layers. The pencil just marks the top and it doesn't bleed. So you make up all the way across the edge and sideways all the way across the edge. Then as you are going round and round and back and forth with the appropriate lapping medium, you can see it touches. The stones get used and they wear. All of these sacrificial stones get used and they wear. So we mark the stone, and then when we put it on the lapping plate, the pencil goes away where it touches first, and we just do it round and round, back and forth, figure eight, whatever you're comfortable with, until the pencil is gone across the whole surface. Then we know that plate is flat, and it's leveled by you, by how you work it. If you don't think it's level, put some pencil marks on there and use it to obliterate it, to level it. So we make it smooth and flat and level on a reference lapping plate that matches the consumable substrate that we're sharpening. Different stones, again, use different, lap better with different abrasives, but that process is all the same. But some of these are, again, just to throw it out there, vitrified and things like that, and aren't to be used wet. So they're new. They were made to sell stones that are new and cool. And for the new super hard steels, we think we need super hard sharpening stones. So they were made for that before we thought about maintaining them and lapping them and the ramifications of using them. And I'm not against any of those new stones. I'm just trying to explain. The hard stones are what they are. They impart a scratch pattern. They wear out. The stones get sloughed off, or they're made thicker with some sort of a matrix to hold layers of diamonds, so you can wear them off and bring more to the surface to make them last longer. And then again, they are more expensive and they require more specialized lapping processes, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to stop here, and we're going to now start talking about some stones in specifics with lapping them with the stones, the specific stones.
Thanks.